Center City in Philadelphia. This is Fox 29 News at 10.
And welcome back. You know the saying, kids these days, from one generation to the next. It seems the only thing you can count on is one generation looking at the next and longing for the good old days. That's certainly true with today's 20-somethings. A lot of criticism gets thrown at Generation Y, but do they deserve it? Fox 29's Carrie Barrett checks in with some 20-somethings on how they're handling today's tough job market.
You hear parents talking about it all the time. They call it failure to launch. But when it comes to college grads and other young adults entering the workforce, is it the recession or something else that's keeping them from success? Let's face it, times have changed, and Generation Y now feels like it has more choices.
There's options to travel, international options, national options, where people aren't necessarily staying where they always were, and they're looking for exactly what they want.
Because if you don't stay marketable technically, you're out of the market.
Taking time to find what makes you happy may sound great, but in today's tough economic times, it often doesn't work. A lot of 20-somethings are still on their parents' payroll.
I hate it. Like, I really want to get a job so I can support myself and be a grown-up. I feel like a child still, and it sucks.
Should parents take on the blame? Are they bailing their kids out and keeping them from succeeding? Not necessarily.
If we can go back to the late 80s, early 90s, people were really concerned about this group of people, these boomerang kids, these incompletely launched young adults. So what's going on with them is probably economically related more than anything.
And before you write them off, here's something else you might not have thought of.
Our life expectancy is currently increasing somewhere between 2.2 and 2.5 years per decade, which means that every single stage of our life is expanding.
What most can agree on, even for 20-somethings who are looking to work, it's awfully hard to find anything.
It's very hard to get a job, and that's just what's holding me back from accomplishing anything at this point.
So if you are a 20-something and you're looking for a job, where do you need to focus? Where do you need to look? Harry Griendling, a career expert, thanks for joining us. Sure. What are the best job prospects for 20-somethings?
Well, it really depends on your level of education. If you have a college degree, there are opportunities in engineering available, some of the sciences, chemistry, anything in the pharmaceutical space. There's lots of opportunities in IT still. If you don't have a degree, the lower your education or the less amount of education, the less opportunities there are, quite frankly.
I got to ask you this. We were out at the job fair yesterday, and you see people who, by all accounts, are competent, career-focused individuals. Then you look at what you're wearing. Super short mini skirts, 5-inch stilettos, athletic shorts. Where's the disconnect?
Yeah, I don't know. We see that too. You know, you can't wear what you wear on campus or what you wear out on Friday nights to an interview. You have to dress up. You're dressing to impress, right? Yeah. So think of the place you're going and dress appropriately. That is how the people who work there actually dress.
So how do you stand out in a good way then?
Well, the way to stand out is to impress your prospective employer that you are there to learn. Because coming out of school or coming out of high school, you don't know enough to make an impact in the business. So the most important thing you can do is to express how willing you are to learn and that you have a do-whatever-it-takes attitude to contribute to the company's success.
You say a problem you're experiencing is almost a sense of entitlement. What's that?
Well, what happens is, I think, you know, when we get a college degree, we think we're now entitled to a job, right? And we get frustrated when we don't. The fact is, nobody's going to hand you a job just because you have a degree. Doesn't matter how smart you are, doesn't matter how well you did. You have to be able to show an employer that you're there to make a difference in their company. And the way to do that is to go in as a learner and a committed worker who isn't expecting or feeling entitled to anything.
All right, so final question. To find a job, what do you need to focus on?
I think the most important thing is networking. I think with computers and the internet, we think that it's sufficient to put an ad online and drop it onto the website and we're done. The fact is, nobody finds a job from their resume or from the internet compared to how many people find jobs from networking and getting out and meeting people who can help you meet people who can help you find that job. Networking is key.
That's good to know. All right, and of course, if you are looking for a job, you can always check out our job shop. It is online at myfoxphilly.com.
It's tough at any age. Carrie, thank you.